So I was talking with an entrepreneur the other day about her business, about her offer, about her program. She was struggling to grow. She has all this lead generation demand. She has a really big following on LinkedIn in particular. So she's getting all these leads every single day. And yet, despite that, she is making just as much today as she was last year. And she can't quite understand what's happening. Why am I not growing? Why am I not making as much money as I would like? And so what I want to break down today on this episode is some of the thoughts that I had around looking at her package and her offer, because I see a lot of people making very similar mistakes. And so hopefully we can learn from her mistakes and use that to go make even bigger, better businesses. So the very first thing is that she is selling. So she sent me her offer package, which had 4 different packages. It had a basic package for like $3,500 a month, a 3-month. I'm sorry, let's try this again. It had a 3-month basic package for $3,500 or something. It had a 3-month exclusive or VIP package for like $3,900. It had a 6-month basic package for like I'm throwing out numbers here, but general ballpark, around $6,000. And then a 6-month premium or VIP package for like $6,500. So 4 packages. The problem when I'm looking at like the 3-month basic and premium versus 6-month basic and premium, I'm sitting there looking at it. I'm like, what's the difference between these? There's only I only get 1 or 2 different things for the premium versus the basic. And so all that's to say, the very first thing I pointed out to her is that the confused mind says no, or the confused mind will just go with the cheapest option. And when I'm reading and I'm going through the package, and if I can't immediately discern what's the difference between this package and this package, then it's causing too much mental overload. I'm either going to just say, no, this isn't a good fit for me, or I'm just going to go with the cheapest option. That's not a bad option if they end up buying from me, but more often than not, they're just not going to purchase. So what I recommended is that, hey, we need to simplify this. 3 offers, that's your goal. You want to have it set up so that the 3 packages, you have a low, a medium, and a top tier, with the goal being that we want to push people towards the middle package. This is a psychological thing. When we're given 3 options, 3 price points, people will typically default to the middle. So we want to make that the really no-brainer value option. So what I recommended was that we do we get rid of the distinction between basic and premium. All we do is a 3-month basic for $4,000, a 6-month basic for $6,000, and then a VIP or a 12-month platinum option for $20,000. So what we've done here, the platinum is what was originally, didn't even exist, right? The platinum 12-month option is a new package, but we use this to anchor high. That one-on-one 12-month package for $20,000 anchors people to go, oh, this person is worth a lot. Their business and the services are worth that much. Now, when they look at the 6-month option at $6,000, they go, oh, that's actually a really good price point. That's a really good value. And we want to price it so that the 3-month option at $4,000 is actually not as good of a deal. Now, if they want to go with that, they're going to pay a little bit more overall. So the intuitive choice for somebody would just be to go to the 6-month basic option. Now, with her premium versus basic package before, what I would prefer to do is just offer everything as the basic package and then have a simple $1,000 add-on, almost like a la carte on the side. Hey, if you want the VIP support package, it's just whatever the 3-month basic or 6-month basic plus $1,000, and you get all this other stuff. And that's how I would reconcile, instead of having 4 different packages, just you have 3 packages, 3-month, 6-month, and then 12-month, and you try to push people towards that middle one. Now, the other big mistake she was making is she was giving people right off the bat the option of paying monthly or paying all at once. When you give people the option to pay monthly or all at once, which one do you think they're going to do? They're going to pay monthly. Now, the problem with that was she wasn't penalizing people for paying monthly versus paying all at once. Or another way of putting it, she didn't incentivize people to pay in full. So what I recommend is you always lead with the option that's going to put the most cash into your pocket up front as possible, because cash in the bank today is better than cash in the bank next year, right? People die, people leave, people churn, right? So we want to get their money as soon as possible, get them into the program as committed as possible, because then we can ensure that they get the results. So we do not lead by letting people know we have monthly options. We say, hey, it's only $6,000. And they're like, oh, can I actually break this into monthly payments? Cool. Yeah. If you want to break that 6-month payment of instead of $6,000, we can do it monthly, but it's $1,100. So now if over the 6 months, because they went with the monthly option, it's actually $600 more than if they had just done the pay in full right away. So see how we're incentivizing people to pay up front and get that in, but we don't lead with that, because when we lead with that, people will default to that. We lead with what we want them to do, and then we can work backwards into the different options we have to get them over the plate. But we never fire all our bullets at the same time. The last thing, the biggest thing, honestly, for her and why she wasn't growing is fundamentally she had a model that couldn't scale. So the big problem with these price points is she was offering one-on-one coaching for all of this. So 3 months of weekly calls for $4,000 or weekly calls for 6 months for $6,000. You are going to hit the upper limit. You can only do so many calls per week, right? You have all the other things that you got to get done. And so there's always going to be an upper limit to what you can charge for this. Now, if you're going to offer the one-on-one, it either needs to be at a premium because you only got so much time to offer. $6,000 is not a premium offer. I would say that needs to be closer to like $20,000, $30,000 for 6 months of weekly coaching. This package is actually better for a group package. So $6,000 for 1 call per week for 6 months, that is sustainable and scalable. Now, the reason most people won't do that is they have a limiting belief about, one, the results that they can deliver in a group coaching setting. They're like, oh, I'm better in one-on-one, or the belief that the student won't see the value in the group coaching. And so we give them the moon without realizing we're giving them the moon, but we can't scale beyond that, right? This is all you have to give. And so unless she raises her prices drastically or she changes the model fundamentally, she cannot grow. And that's why she hasn't grown this year compared to where she was last year, despite having more demand than she can process. She can't scale it with the price point and the package. And so if you're struggling to grow your business right now, you really need to ask yourself, am I charging enough? Or do I need to change the package? Assuming that you have the lead generation all figured out. If you're not getting enough leads, you're not converting those leads at a high enough percentage, you want to start there. But for a lot of you, the reason you're struggling to get the leads and convert them is because your package is just, it's not correctly designed. Now, if you want help with that, that is one of the things that we focus on in the Beyond the Apex Accelerator. You can go to beyondtheapex.com, apply to join us. We're very selective because we keep the group small so we can give everybody one-on-one feedback. But if you are a 6-figure entrepreneur that wants to make the jump to 7 figures and beyond, that is the group you want to be inside of. So go to beyondtheapex.com, apply to work together. And if it's a good fit, I'll be in touch. If not, keep consuming the free content. This can help you get to 7 figures on your own. My goal is to make this content just as valuable as the paid stuff. It's just a little bit harder to implement. So good luck, Godspeed, and I'll see you in the next episode.